If you feel that your legs move way out of your draft zone into a more of a splaying pattern and there's no way for you to fix it, pay attention to this video because I'm going to explain why that happens and steps to correct it moving forward. Hey swimmers, welcome back to the Swim Vice channel. I'm Coach Mandy and today's quick tip video is on why your legs are splaying and steps to correct it moving forward so you know how to incorporate a seamless kick with minimal drag. Now before I get started, if you are new to the channel or you've been watching my content, be sure to hit the subscribe button below. That way you stay notified for new and exciting content weekly and you show your support for the channel. All right, let's get into detail on how to correct a leg splay.
Okay swimmers, so first to begin this video, I'm going to demonstrate what a leg splay is and what causes this to occur. So here you can see that when I'm swimming freestyle, especially when breathing, that there's a moment where my body over rotates. And this is what causes a leg splay. I will explain further along in this video. So starting with this initial breath, you can see that as I'm trying to take a breath, both of my legs splay outward past the draft zone. So this is what is called a leg splay when swimming freestyle, and the reason why this happens is due to over rotation. There's different things that can cause the over rotation. In this particular demonstration, it is because I'm rotating way too far, taking too long to breathe, and my whole head is out of the water, rotating too far. So if you're watching this video and you're swimming freestyle and you see the sky or the ceiling of an indoor pool, that is because you are rotated too far, and most likely this is occurring as you see here. Again, another leg splay, and that is because my rotation is either 90 degrees or past that. And the reason why the leg splay occurs is due to trying to balance you in that moment because you are out of balance. When you are over rotated, your body's trying to figure out how to restabilize, and it can happen from your arms, but it can definitely happen from your legs, which is what's demonstrated in this video. So how to start eliminating that leg splay is to keep your balance consistent. That means eliminating the over rotation. So here you can see that I take a quick breath and there's no over rotation that occurs. My legs stay drafted behind me about hip width apart and not exceeding past that. So you will see in just a moment in this demonstration that when I freeze frame it during a breath, you can see the difference of my head position when breathing. It's not looking all the way up. And you can see here the legs stay within the draft zone, slightly apart as they should be, but they're not splaying outward past the draft zone. You can also see right here in this freeze frame, my head is returning back before my arm passes my face. This is an indication of taking a breath early and quick and not lingering. If you take too long, you're definitely going to over rotate because it takes up way too much time and you're more likely to move out of balance when trying to breathe. You can see here again that my head position remains low to the side, and you can see that my legs are within the draft zone, not splaying too far and definitely not trying to balance in order to move forward. So the key with eliminating that leg splay is to control your rotation, eliminating that 90 degree or more when rotating. Ideally, if you want to put a number to it, it's about 45. It's all dependent on the individual, but it's really about not going to 90 degrees. And you can immediately feel when you're over rotated because things feel out of place, out of balance, out of sync, all of the above, and taking way too much time to breathe. Now here is the same demonstration, but with more of a light flutter kick, still demonstrating that the legs are within the draft zone, kind of combination with a 2-beat and a flutter kick, just showing that whether you have a flutter kick or a 2-beat kick, you can still stay within that draft zone, eliminating any sort of leg splay just due to rotation and improving your balance. So the kick will feel very trimmed up, seamless when your rotation is correct and you're not taking too long to breathe. So here is another demonstration again where just going way too far, and you can see it just throws things out of sync when you over rotate. It almost feels like your breath is different than your non-breathing strokes, and the goal is they should feel the same. The only difference is that you get a breath by turning your head, but everything else remains the same feeling. If it feels wildly different, you're most likely adding way too much movement and you're most likely over rotating. So when you splay the legs and you over rotate, even in this freeze frame right here, it can be quite exhausting. So when your legs splay out, as you've seen in the earlier demonstration, you're just adding so much more resistance, more time, and even the feeling of just being out of sync here will throw you off, and it will actually eliminate that forward momentum and glide. So it completely interrupts the stroke. So if you breathe every 2 strokes and you're doing this, then half of your distance is constantly over rotating. So you want to work on eliminating that if this is happening in your own freestyle technique. Now I will also show you from a forward view the correct rotation, and you can see that the legs stay drafted behind me without any splaying. So right here I'm taking a breath and I'm not over rotated, I'm not 90 degrees, and the legs are quietly behind me. Right now I'm actually taking a breath to the side and nothing is disrupted. I'm not sinking, and I'm able to continue moving forward with no interruption. So the key is the rotation is the same whether you breathe or you don't. And you can see here by getting a quick breath, there's no over rotation, there's no lingering, there's no wasted time, wasted motion. Now a fun and quick skill that you can start incorporating to practice is breathing on ones. And I will show you right here. I'm breathing over my right shoulder and you can see my legs are not splayed, rotation is fine, not over rotated, and I'm able to get the breath. Now, by breathing on ones, meaning the immediate stroke after this is now breathing over my left shoulder. You can see here again, there's no leg splay, rotation is controlled. Because breathing on ones, you don't have any time to over rotate, it will feel extremely awkward. So breathing on ones will help keep you in a setting to adapt, to control your breath, to not over rotate. So it's a very useful skill to have, as well as also help refining your breath.
Okay, swimmers, after watching this video, if you can relate to this freestyle habit, let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready to take the next steps to improve your swim training, hit the pinned comments below and access my SwimVice program today. You can also go to swimvice.com for more resources to help with your swim training. All right, swimmers, enjoy your practice, and I will see you all next week.